The sports world is looking bright for a return in the near future. Some major sports, such as soccer and NASCAR, are beginning to return, with others, such as the NBA and MLB, still in the works. In general, it appears that we'll be back to a nearly full sports schedule in July, which would certainly cure mine and probably yours extreme boredom, because, let's be honest, we're all very bored without sports. Up first, the match, part 2. The charity golf match, sponsored by Capital One, pitted football legends Tom Brady and Peyton Manning against each other, teamed up with golf rivals Phil Mickelson and Tiger Woods. The goal was to raise $10 million or more for charities related to COVID-19 relief, but online donations and bets by some famous viewers put the total well over $20 million. Samuel L. Jackson, how can you not love it? It's Samuel L. Jackson, introduced the competitors as they embarked on an 18-hole course with plenty of twists at each hole, such as a one-club challenge and a few others along the way. Brady struggled in the beginning, but in true Tom Brady fashion pulled through to a strong finish, although it wasn't quite his signature fourth-quarter comeback, as Tiger Woods and Peyton Manning edged out a one-hole victory. You hear that? No, that's not the Astros. It's the sound of another failed economic plan for the MLB. The MLB released a new plan to the Players Association Tuesday, one that proposed more cuts on top of an already prorated salary for whatever kind of baseball season happens this year. Again, the MLB claims that the already approved statements proposed in March allowed them to do this, but the Players Association disagrees. This plan would dwindle pay down to 20 to 30% of regular season salaries for the league's top earners, which is still much more than a well-off family makes in 5 years. But who cares? I get it. You're an athlete, top of the game, prime. You want your money, but just let baseball happen already. Seriously. Because we need to be entertained. We need to be sane. I know I'm not right now. And if you don't allow a plan at some point to happen or to go through, you might not even get paid because there might not even be a season. So, there's that. In other MLB news, the Dream Seasons bracket is advancing to the quarterfinals. In the first American League region, there will be the 2004 Red Sox versus the 1954 Indians, the results of which will be posted 4:15 Eastern Standard Time on the 1st of June. In the AL Region 2, it will be the 1942 Kansas City Monarchs, as opposed to the modern-day Royals, versus the 2001 Mariners, and it will be streamed on MLB's social media at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, also on the 1st of June. In the NL, Region 1 consists of the 1975 Reds versus the 1960 Pirates, and Region 2, the 1986 Mets versus the 1995 Braves. The results will be posted and streamed at the same time as the AL regional results. Moving on to the NHL. The NHL announced Tuesday that they won't be playing any more regular season games and just move straight to the playoffs based on current standings, with 24 teams advancing to the playoffs rather than 16. And this is assuming they can return to play. This makes sense. I agree with it. I think it's good, and that this is what the NBA should do as well, and just move straight to the playoffs with the standings that they have now, but add a few more teams to the playoff pool. Speaking of the NBA, at the moment it looks like we'll be seeing basketball return in late July. Preliminary talks between the NBA and NBA Players Association and Disney about holding the remainder of the season in the ESPN's Wide World of Sports complex. That would include housing, games, and practices on the 255-acre campus. There's also talks of Major League Soccer resuming at the same facility, but this is all that's known at the moment. It's pretty exciting that we might be getting sports back in the near future, fingers crossed. We have soccer returning in Europe. That's pretty cool. I'm not a huge fan of soccer, but, it's sports. It's entertaining enough. NASCAR's back. There are a couple of races into their regular season, or whatever NASCAR has. It's pretty good. There's also the world's biggest beef going on between two literal giants, apparent archenemies in the sport of strongman, Eddie Hall and Hafthor Bjornsson. They're training for a boxing fight after Hafthor challenged Eddie to it following his record-breaking 501 kilogram or 1,104.5 pound deadlift. That's insane. This broke Eddie Hall's 4-year-old record. Eddie obviously didn't like it, especially since it took place at home. But seriously, what do you expect to happen? We're in the middle of a pandemic, so we'll see how this plays out. I was reading up a little bit more on it, and it's by far the heaviest boxing match in history. Well, that just about sums up this week in major sports news, at least in sports that I know about. If you have any suggestions for me, leave them below, and I'll try to cover them next week. But until then, I'll be seeing ya.